Is your horn tingling? Let's rub horns. Horns up, horns up, horns up, horns up, horns up. We are Unicorn Podcast.
Hey guys, welcome to the live stream. Welcome to the basement. We got a lot to cover today, including some special unique things going on with Unicorn Fart Dust, but also we're going to talk about some Trump related news that has to do with meme coins, also has to do with us, and we're going to talk about the economy. But first, thank you for being here, right? Thanks for coming down here in the basement, spending your time with us together as a group where you belong within the Unicorn Fart Dust community. It's a big deal. We appreciate you being here. If you could, please retweet this. Also, watch it on YouTube. We have a new Unicorn Fart Dust specific YouTube channel. Watch it there. Subscribe there. As we focus in on UFD on YouTube, we will be able to spread the dust to more and more people. But the biggest deal is that you are here today. The other big deal that we need to review, Dusters, is this. I saw this nice little card sitting on my desk the other day. Let us not forget, okay? We are UFD, but we were born in FUD. See the FUD? Well, we, and that's you, flipped the U and the F in FUD and made UFD. We are digital scarcity. We are the only one UFD. It helps me to have these cards around so I remember all the incredible reasons why Unicorn Fart Dust is such a unique situation. Now, look, guys, here's the reality. We're going to be in a situation on a long-term journey together that's going to be up and down, but what I believe in is a good long-term flight for Unicorn Fart Dust. We aren't always going to go straight up. We'll have little pullbacks, little corrections when it looks at the price. But where we won't have pullbacks, where we won't have corrections, is with you and the quality of the community. That's one of the big things that keeps us unique. Remember CTG? Huh? Who remembers? Do you remember CTG? CTG? We're down with CTG. Yeah, you know me, right? You know that song. What does CTG stands for? Who remembers? Stands for community. Okay? Time and grit. Those are the three things that we have on our side right now. Of course, we're good attracts good. Of course, we're all about honesty, integrity, prosperity. But we're also about CTG. Are you down with CTG? I ask you, right? We got the best community. We've got time on our side, day by day, hoof by hoof. And we have grit and determination and heart and a sense of belonging, okay? And somebody pointed this out, said, Ron, you need to remind the community, this is a big, big deal. We are unruggable. I can't do a rug pull. I'm sorry. I own 0.7% of the outstanding coins. I mean, on day 2, I made a promise to you guys that I wouldn't sell my Unicorn Fart Dust, and I didn't sell. I've never sold since then. Never, ever. I've bought. I've got some stolen. You know that whole story, right? But we are also unruggable, okay? Which is a big, big deal. Look at the Trump coin. We're going to talk more about Trump in a little bit. But I think they own like 80% of the coin, the company that started it. I mean, how different is that? How different are we just in that regard alone? Let's go look at Emma Bear. We got some data, and I noticed something new and exciting in this data that was shared with us by our friend Emma Bear. All right, let's pull it up. This is our standard. She sent this to Murad. Just a little update on UFD, Murad. Huh? Come on, Murad. Murad, I just want to officially say Murad is welcome in UFD. Everybody's welcome. Okay. And Murad's never said anything bad about us or done anything bad. I think we all really would like him to join the herd to become a duster. So I want to officially make sure Mr. Murad, and actually I can thank Murad for like opening my eyes to the benefits, the big attributes that make meme coins valuable, probably on my second or third day after I created Unicorn Fart Dust. So it'd be great to have him, but nonetheless, here we are. It's our chart that we look at all the time, right? Looks like we're number 4. Here we go. In percentage of holders with $1,000 or more, we got almost 5.4%. Percentage of holders with 10,000 or more. Okay. I mean, guys, we're number 4. Look at the list. You know the list. But what I want to draw your attention to on this that caught my eye is this column right here. Total holders. Okay. There we are right there, 39,000. So we're holding steady, which in this market is a big win, in my opinion. Not only are we holding steady with total number of holders, but the quality of people who've joined our community is unbelievable. I'm telling you, it's not just people joining us. It's high quality people, like really good people that are here moving in to the UFD neighborhood for a long term to live permanently, basically. But when we look at this column, and here I'll get rid of all the red stuff on there. Keep an eye on that same column, guys. Look at Fartcoin has 140,000. Popcat 130,000 holders. Where's Trump? Trump has 637,000 holders. We've got a lot of people out there, right, that own meme coins that are buttercups, right? I mean, look at that. If we just got 10% of Trump's people to join us, that'd be 63,000. That would put us over 100,000. So what I was encouraged by when I looked at those numbers, hold on here. Okay, lost you guys there for a second. Hopefully we're still live. Is that we got a lot of buttercups even within the meme coin sector. We talked about this a lot recently. That when we talk about buttercups, people that we want to bring into UFD, which we are working on day in and day out, right? Of course, there's the older people that I appeal to because I happen to be a bit older myself. There's the precious metals people, which I appeal to because I'm also a lover of precious metals along with Unicorn Fart Dust. We talk about the younger people, like, still. And that was a big eye opener for me. The people that are in generation, what is it? Z, I don't know, millennials, Gen Z, all those. Like, there's a lot of people in that arena. People that are just on Robinhood, right? And we're really gunning and wanting to get UFD listed on Robinhood. But even within the meme coin community, look at that list, right? 600,000 people own Trump coin. When they wake up to what we're doing with the Unicorn Fart Dust, hey, the sky could be the limit. Let's talk about one more thing. What does it mean when community members go out of their way to make videos? I've encouraged you guys. This is a community coin. This is your coin. Please, right? Take some action. Take some risk, right? And let me show you what one of our community members is doing that I think is just absolutely awesome. We're going to go look at Elizabeth Grace. Did I lose it? Oh, no. Hold on. We'll find it. Where'd it go? Oh, shoot. There it is. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. One of our great dusters, Elizabeth Grace. I've met her in person. Wonderful, wonderful, classy lady. What does she do? Check this out. I'll play this.
I thought I would give a little crypto news overview update from what's happened this past week because it's just been such a bullish week. So let's dive right on in. First off, we saw the Federal Reserve rescind their previous guidance from 2022 and 2023, which required banks to notify them or get.
We're going to watch a few seconds here at the beginning.
Hey, Dusters, how's it going? I was just feeling inspired by our dev basement Ron for our favorite meme coin, Unicorn Fart Dust, and thought I would give a little crypto news overview update from what's happened this past week because it's just been such a bullish week. So
she made this great video right? A kind of an update weekly video. But guys, look, as that becomes more popular, I encourage you, Elizabeth, please listen to me. Keep doing that. Okay. If you do that once a week and you do it for a year, I bet you will be shocked, right? At the number of views you'll get if you stick to it through the ups and downs. But I just want to applaud her and say that's another great look at DJ Litimus. Look at what Gimmicks recently did with the NFT projects. Look at what P did with the Crunch thing. And please, and there's a lot more. If I didn't mention you, there's big stuff going on. What about this community? Look at what Elizabeth is doing. New people are going to see that. New people are going to learn about UFD. So great job, Elizabeth. Let's talk about what's going on with Solana. What does it mean when our big guy, why is it important? What happens with the big guy? We'll call him the big guy, Solana, our native token, the chain that we're based on. There's some cool things going on. Let's touch on that briefly here. There we go. Okay, so this comes from 99 Bitcoins. And what are they telling us about Solana? Solana institutional investment epoch. 1 billion boost sparks ecosystem growth. And we won't read this whole thing, but guys, there's just been massive big money, including ETFs in Canada, I believe it is, moving into Solana, scoring serious vote of confidence, nearly $1 billion in new investments from venture firms and institutional heavyweights. This is a clear bet that Solana's infrastructure is ready for prime time. Where that money flows next, we'll say a lot about how deep this rally really goes. But guys, there's big money moving into Solana, and that's a big deal. Let's look at what Trump quickly. This is just crazy what's going on with Trump coin. This from NBC News. Trump's meme coin Denner contest earns insiders $900,000 in 2 days. The coin's value jumped more than 50% after the website where Trump said he would have a dinner with the top 200 holders. I've got to tell you something very important, Dusters. When we have a dinner, when we have a meetup, it's not a contest to see who gets to come. It's all 39,000 holders will be invited. Now, of course, we can't pay for you to come. We can't pay for the dinner. We're a community. But when we host our first get-together, and stay tuned for news about that, nonetheless, everyone will be invited, absolutely, okay? Let's look at the economic calendar. Big news coming out this week. Be prepared because it could move crypto prices. It could move the general markets. Just want to take you out there so you guys stay abreast of what's happening in the markets. Now, a lot of this data is called into question, but here we are at Market Watch. This is the weekly economic calendar, and not much going on today, but tomorrow we're going to get GDP numbers at 8:30 a.m. But then the big number will be this, the PCE index, which is what the Fed follows. That's really the inflation number that they like to follow, the Federal Reserve. And then you know the whole deal about, them. It will affect their ability or their decision regarding monetary policy, which will affect liquidity in the markets, which will affect money printing, all that great stuff. So that will be a very closely watched number. That'll be tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern. And then on Friday, we got the big kahuna, which is right here, U.S. Non-farm payrolls, the employment number. Now, look, let me give you a little insight into all this. On Wall Street, the employment numbers, so it'll be what, May 3rd or May 2nd, and they're going to tell us how many jobs were created in April. The reality is on Wall Street, these numbers come from what's called the Bureau of Labor and Statistics. Some people, not me, of course, but some people refer to that as the Bureau of Lies and Statistics. The numbers are always off, wrong, and then they come back and revise the previous months. So who knows what we're going to get? There's so much chaos going on right now in Washington. Who knows how this is all going to play out? But we will know that from a big market perspective, Friday will be a very, very big day. We'll be keeping an eye on that. Okay, let's do Duster of the Day. Today, we have a special duster of the day. It's our friend Mason. Man, look at that. I love that kind of neon green that he has up on his profile. That just looks awesome. Mason, we want to say thank you for everything you're doing. Several people, there he is right there. He's joking around. He says, people ask if I'm as nutty and wacky in person as I am here. Well, I'd like to direct your attention to Exhibit A. That's hilarious. All right. He's a big bull supporter of UFD. I've got one of his, look at that. Did he do that? Oh my gosh, he did. I used that picture yesterday. I love that. Behold the magic bean. Let's hear what Mason has to say to our UFD community. And, hold on here. Did I forget? Shoot, I think I forgot to show. Did I forget to show Mason? If I forgot to show, I forgot to show it. Sorry, guys. All right. Thank you, Susie. There's the magic bean picture. I apologize, guys. Okay. Got it. All right. There we go. There's the magic bean picture. There's that green I was telling you about. I love that. And there is Mason joking around, having a good time. Now we're going to go to Mason's. Hold on here. We're going to go to Mason. The StreamYard's acting up this morning. I apologize, guys. Here we go. Let me make sure we're all together. Hopefully we're still live and you guys can hear me. If you can, give us a 5x5 in the comments. But I'm going to keep going here. Here's a little note to you and Susie and I from Mason. It's an incredible honor. I've had an absolute blast since the beginning of Unicorn Fart Desk. Hold on a second. Susie, I can't hear what you're saying. Your lips must be right on the microphone. Susie, did you say something?
I could see it.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I love you. Thank you. Okay. It's an incredible honor. I had an absolute blast since the beginning of UFD, creating content and meeting other incredible dusters in the community. They're such a fun bunch. As a graphic designer, this has become my passion project. I love working late into the night, so I often find myself listening to UFD spaces when they're available. But what I've done is peanuts compared to what you and Susie have done. It wasn't until I watched one of your YouTube videos that I connected with UFD and the messaging, good attracts good. I instantly knew you and your aspirations were something I aligned with. You possess a remarkable gift for connecting with people, even when communicating through video. I hope you understand the significance of this gift. Wow, this is really nice. Thank you. And the positive impact you have on others. UFD could potentially be the most significant organic crypto project the world has ever seen. I agree with that 150%, right? There is nothing like us, and there's nothing stopping us. Okay, guys? Thank you for pointing that out. All right. As a person with a marketing background, I see it expanding beyond crypto with unlimited potential. Thanks again for everything. In Dust We Trust, Duster Mason. Thank you, Mason. Wow, you brought it back to mind for me. And thank you, Susie. Sorry, maybe I got a little short with you. Hold on. Let me apologize to Susie. Susie, over.
Yes, dear.
I'm sorry I was a little short with you earlier. Over.
It's okay. I'll unlock the door now. You're free to go.
Okay.
Over.
Okay, thank you. All right. Back to Mason. Sometimes I get a little snappy and I have to apologize. There's nothing, I tell you what, there's a lot of power in apologizing and recognizing that you make a mistake in life. There's nothing wrong with it. It's like freeing, instead of carrying around. Look, everybody makes mistakes. I was a little bit of a short with Susie earlier. I apologize to you for having to experience that as well. Now, nonetheless, Mason, thank you. You are the duster of the day. And I agree with you, right? 100%. This is a special circumstance that we have with UFD right now. There really is, guys, right? He said maybe the most organic, epic crypto in the history of the world. There is nothing stopping us. We're on the best chain, Solana, right? We've got the best community. We've got the best tokenomics. We got the best everything, right? It's like the most pure, solid, organic thing ever. And Mason, I appreciate you for reigniting that flame within me. It never went away, but for turning up the heat, right? You turned up the old crock pot from low to high. I appreciate that. But most importantly, we appreciate everything you're doing for the UFD community. Therefore, Mason, you are the duster of the day, and you are now going to get your golden horn attached. Come on, guys, help me. Is your horn? Feel your horn. Do you feel your horn? All right, here we go. There you go, Mason. There's your golden horn. You are the duster of the day. We appreciate you. By the way, guys, horns up. And I forgot my disclaimer. Please remember, always be responsible with any financial type decisions that you make. I'm not a financial advisor. Don't buy or sell anything based on anything that I say here today. Don't adopt a puppy. Buy stocks, buy bonds, buy meme coins. Don't do anything. I'm just giving you my opinion, what I believe. And I do believe what I say about UFD. I actually know, right? I know how pure, right, this situation is, how special it is. And I believe in it 150%. We were joking around last night. I was talking to one of the key community leaders. And I said, you know what? The Kentucky Derby's coming up. So wouldn't it be great at some point if we had a racehorse that was named Unicorn Fart Dust? You never know, right? I've known people who've bought racehorses. It's usually not a very profitable venture, but down the road, guys, you never know. When we become like really wildly popular, wouldn't it be awesome, like as a community, if we chipped in and bought a racehorse and its name was Unicorn Fart Dust? I can see him winning the Kentucky Derby, right? He's coming around the stretch. He's got his horn, and he's and the world is seeing it. I never thought of that. So anyway, I thought I would share that with you. Let's do some funnies. Before we forget, we are doing a Spaces this morning at 10 a.m., the weekly Tuesday 10 a.m. Spaces. But let's go out and look at some funnies. Let's go one more time and look at Mason's. I know I already showed you this, but something about that. He is a graphic designer, and I love the way, whatever you call that, what is that called? PFP or something? The circle picture here. I love the way that is like lit up in neon green. That is really, really cool. All right, let's do some funnies. First one here is, Susie shared this one with me from Scott Vernon. Patience is always key, definitely in this kind of market. Stay strong, hold strong. The rocket ship is gassing up and the countdown will start soon. So accumulate at these levels if you can. UFD is going to Mars, but we'll be making a stop for more gas at the moon. Don't be a buttercup and miss it. This is Major Ron to Upstairs Susie. Oh, classic. Guys, your creativity is really incredible. There we go. Major Ron to Upstairs Susie. Thank you, sir. Really like it. And then coincidentally, Susie had sent me this one as well from our friend Mason. He said, it's my favorite UFD program. And there I am shaking the beans. Okay. So, since it's part of a lot of shows, and Mason, you like it, today's your day. Don't forget, guys, right? It is, look, I joke around a lot about this jug. This jug represents like the foundational reason why we can do incredibly well with UFD.
Don't forget Ledger and MoonPay.
Oh, thank you, Susie. That's right. This jug represents that. I'll do that next, but thank you, Susie. I get so much going on, I forget to say thank you to channel sponsor. See my finger? MoonPay. Yes, we have the leading fintech company in the world, right, as a sponsor, right, of us. So thank you, MoonPay, for your support. You guys know, right, MoonPay is the on-ramp into crypto. 30 million plus customers, 180 countries, 24/7 customer support. And they're always like building and adding to their business. MoonPay will become a household name throughout the world, I believe, over the next decade. So it's a big, big honor that we have them as a sponsor. And of course, our friends at Ledger, right? We love to secure our beans. They're the hardware wallet crypto security leader. Everybody knows Ledger. I love my Ledger device. I love the Ledger Live app, right? So we're very lucky to have two premier crypto fintech related companies, both Ledger and MoonPay as sponsors. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, guys, on a very serious note, I joke around about this jug a lot, but this jug is actually dead serious, okay? That 999 million, we cannot ever, and I'll talk about it every day until my horn falls off, which will never happen, but that number is represents the promised land for us. That represents a big part of our strength, right? We have a limited, finite number of beans. It's called digital scarcity. Remember what we talked about at the beginning of the show? Quickly, I'll show you. See the bottom? Digital scarcity. And only one UFD. So there's only one unicorn fart test, right? There's only one community, and unicorn fart test is you. It's the community. It's the relationships. It's the sense of belonging. It's the shared beliefs. But there's only one UFD, and there's a limited number of seats. There's a limited number of houses in the UFD city, right? There's 999 million beans, period. Okay, so when people move in to the UFD city and become diamond hoof dusters, move in permanently, they're not coming for a little vacation. They're not coming for a little romantic getaway, right? Maybe they do, and they realize how nice it is, and they go back home and they say, you know what? We need to move to the UFD city. Nonetheless, this represents, right, digital scarcity. There's only so many beans. And you know what? I have to get it crazy a little bit every once in a while and, shake the beans. All right, guys, don't forget, we've got a 1 hour. I'm going to go for 60 minutes spaces starting in about 1 hour, about 50 minutes from now. I hope you can join us. Let's talk about UFD, talk about your ideas, talk about what's going on in the market. We'll have a great time. Most importantly, I want to say thank you for joining us today. Please subscribe to the channel on YouTube. Please retweet this on X so we get the word out to more. We got a lot of people, like we saw earlier, in the meme coin community, people that already own meme coins, right? That we can get the word out to. We're going to show up. We've got grit. We've got determination, right? We can deal with anything, and we can do it together. Thank you for being here, right? This is not possible without you. Have a great day. Be good to yourself, okay?